You're listening to If You Know You Grow the podcast. I'm your host, Chantel Braley, and I have over 15 years experience in marketing, e-commerce, and really all things creative. I'm so excited to take you behind the scenes of thriving businesses, hear from amazing industry experts, and chat a little bit about the mindset that it takes to really succeed in this industry. Please follow, like, and subscribe so that I can continue creating amazing content for you and sharing these incredible stories. Let's get into it. I am so excited right now. I have Bec Stewart here who, look, I think to kind of like make the joke of it is we were chatting like she is the like organized habit stacking, like amazing human being that she is. And I am a little bit of a hurricane or I'm a little bit of a cyclone. So we've done a pod swap. So I am only prepared with everything in my head, whereas she had really well thought out questions. But I've been planning this for years, so I'm so excited. But with this, I would love to introduce Bec Stewart to If You Know You Grow today. And I'll do like a tiny intro on you, and then I'd love for you to explain yourself to everybody. Okay. But Bec, we've been friends for probably like 5 years now, I think. So we've been friends for about 5 years now. She is an incredible entrepreneur, creator. Like you are very much like the proper term of influencer, not the industry term. Like you influence people to make radical change in their life, and you make things that like I find very difficult, very digestible. And I just think that you're an incredible person. She's also like a dog mom of the cutest dogs in the world. But everybody, I'm so excited to have Bec Stewart, the founder of the Habit Tracker, on the pod today. Bec, in other words, please tell everybody just really quickly, or as long as you'd like, about you.
Make it quick. Hi everyone, I am Bec Stewart. I am a 30-year-old, now 30-year-old.
Aquarius,
Gold Coast based, dog mummy, wifey, social media girly, founder of the Habit Tracker, host of the In Her Power podcast. We just did an episode together on my podcast.
Yes.
I think that's a little wrap about me.
You do a lot of things. Oh, you're also training for a marathon?
No, we need to talk about that.
Oh,
that was
okay.
actually on Sunday.
Oh.
Did I do it? No.
Oh, I thought I
was
missed
sick.
it. Oh, no.
I got sick on the Tuesday, which was the race week. Same week you and I were supposed to do this.
Yes.
I've been training for my triathlon since April last year.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my God. Okay.
Don't worry. I've had to cry about it. I had to whinge about it to my coach. It's fine. But I was training for a triathlon.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I was, keyword.
Yeah. I think that is just a very good example of some things that will happen outside of your control. But what a journey to be on in the lead up to that. Wow.
Yeah. I haven't actually spoken about it publicly yet because I actually recorded a story before I walked into the studio today, just updating everyone like, hey, because a lot of people were invested in my journey.
Yeah.
Because
it's been incredible to watch. Like you've been so dedicated.
Yeah. Before training, I couldn't even run a kilometer without getting a stitch and needing to stop. And I was training for a 10K run, a 40K ride, and a 2K swim, 1.5K swim.
Jeez.
So I didn't get to do that. Okay. But hey, at least I feel very fit and equipped.
You've trained for the marathon, which I think in itself is like, yes, the marathon is actually the battle, or sorry, the triathlon. I keep saying marathon. Clearly not a runner. But I think like the training is the dedication to the training is like
and I learned a lot about myself and all three sports, all three disciplines. Obviously got a lot fitter. I learned a lot about my body and how much I can adapt and work under pressure, and it was a beautiful journey. I just missed the race day, so
okay,
that's all right.
Do you know what, there will be other races?
There'll be postpone it, be fine.
Bec is genuinely one of my favorite people, and I've had the pleasure to work with her from brand side as a creator. I've also been able to work with her in her business through like the many stages. It's been so cool to watch the evolution of like, even when you were like, what are we, like, what is my community? What am I building to then like being able to audit where her incredible business is earlier last year and really break it open. So we've been on quite a journey together, which I love. You have so many things about you that I find so incredible, but I would love for you to chat about the Habit Tracker and like what that concept and what that journey has been for you, because as somebody who like, look, I'm not really tracking a lot of things in my personal life. I find it very admirable, but I think it is like, it is such a, like, I know that's what holds me back from my next level, you know? So like how like share your ecosystem, because I do think you've created a brand ecosystem in the world. Like, what is the habit tracker?
So the habit tracker started a while ago. I'm going to say maybe 5 years ago now, when I was a uni student. So it all started actually with my health and fitness journey. And it's funny that I'm constantly, you know, it's full circle with this health and wellness journey. I think health and wellness is such a driver to basically everything I do, triathlon being one of those, the brand being another. So I remember it was in my final year at university, and I was in my party girl era. I was out all the time. I was failing university. I just wasn't sliving. I was working full time, studying full time, partying full time basically as well. And I remember one day, I still literally remember because it was such a pivotal time in my life. I was sitting on my bed at my mum and dad's house, and it was a brand new year, and it was time for me to set my New Year's resolutions. And I remember saying to myself, the resolutions you have just set right now were the same as last year and the year before.
Yep.
The fucking year before, sis. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I remember they were the same kind of like 3 or 4. It was like a savings goal, so a financial goal. I just wanted to get my first ever high distinction at university, and then I also wanted to be more active and feel more healthy. They were the exact same goals time and time again. And I thought to myself, why can I not obtain this? I have friends that can do it. I've got peers that are achieving high distinctions at university. I've got friends that are running, you know, marathons, whatever it was at the time. Why can't I do this? And I remember opening up Google, typing into Google how to actually achieve your goals. And at the time I was a university student, I was encouraged to read, you know, the peer-reviewed journals. So I clicked onto a psychology-based journal, and it was all about habit formation, the science between habits, you know, habit formation, how they're born. And I got introduced to the concept of habit tracking. And so did a little Google on what habit tracking was, found a habit tracking template on Pinterest, and I remember printing it out, putting it on my wall, and saying to myself, I'm just going to track 3 or 4 little habits for the next 7 days. That, you know, turned into 2 weeks, that turned into the next month. And I remember speaking about it on my Instagram, and at the time I had probably 4,000 followers, maybe less than that, and just posted about it on my story. And I had people messaging me saying, can you please send me this? Can you please send me a copy of this?
Wow.
And I made one myself on Microsoft Word. And then I ended up sending this Word document. It wasn't even a PDF. It was literally just a Word document. I was sending this file manually to hundreds of people at the time. Like, I had so many people asking, can you just send me a copy of this? From there, it kind of just, you know, became a little book. I hired a local printer who did it up for me. It cost me an arm and a leg. I was doing such small print runs. It was costing me so much money. I was shipping these out to people who wanted one. It didn't even have a website at the time. I was covering everyone's shipping. It's costing me money. And it kind of, evolved from there. I then found my first manufacturer. We changed our design a little bit here and there. And now it's a full blown business accidentally.
Also, it's a full community. Like I see like the testimonies of people and the things that they've changed. And I think one of the coolest things about the concept that you've created is that it never stops. Like, you're never at the point to where you're done. You're just on that like next evolution, or you're like recalibrating. And like, I think that's like really inspiring, but also just such a reminder, like, just about literally how the brain works. You know? I find a lot of the intersections between like habit tracking and also like manifestation and like the neuroscience background behind it, because it's really easy to be like, oh, it's just a checklist. And it's like, no, we're actually creating conditioned behaviors for ourselves. And like in my work life, I'm very habit focused, because I think that like if I didn't, then I would fall over. But then like there's the other parts of me where it's like, I just left my curling iron in Sydney, guys. Like, realized that today when I tried to do my hair.
It looks great, by the way.
Thanks. Well, I got it done last night, so it's kind of like it's still beautiful. From Laura yesterday, but who knows what's going to happen the next couple days. Having like watched, I guess, this journey, and I think I've watched multiple parts, but one thing that I always found really interesting about you was that you have lost your Instagram multiple times. And you have come back literally from zero. And most people would be like, it's too hard to get started. You've gotten started a couple times. So I guess talk to me about that. Like, what happened? How many times has it happened? What was like, what happened?
It was absolutely awful. So it actually happened in 2022, I think, at Coachella, the final night of Coachella, Swedish House Mafia, day 3, final set. I was on like such a high. It was the most beautiful night of my life. Like Zach is a diehard Swedish House Mafia fan. So
is this the same day of the Justin Bieber outfit, the double denim outfit?
Yeah.
It's like such an iconic image that I'm like, wait, was this double denim day?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
So we came home, we, finished night 3, came into the hotel room. I was getting ready for a shower and I noticed, went over to Instagram because I wanted to post my stories. Logged out. You've been logged out. Oh, that's fine. I'll just try and log in. No, your account's been disabled. Like, I get sick just talking about it. Like, I truly do. Like, and I instantly knew I had either been hacked or at the time I didn't know what a disabled account was. Anyway, long story short, I couldn't get in. And as soon as the account was disabled, quote unquote, I get an email from someone, this random, I still actually remember the name. It was like Bahaza or something like that, some crazy email address. And they said to me, we've hacked your account. You can send us through Bitcoin $8,000 and we'll give you your account back. Long story short, I was never hacked. What these hackers do is there's a platform online, website, an app, I don't know what it is, but you input an Instagram user's name and it sends multiple reports to that account so many times that Instagram's like, holy shit, this account's been flagged so many times. Let's just take it down and put it in a queue and we'll look at it later. That's what happened to me. And so these hackers input your name multiple times and they monitor your account. And when it gets taken down, they email you saying, I've hacked you.
Pay me.
Here's the proof. Pay me. I submitted reports and everything to Instagram. Long story short, came back from Coachella about a week later and I got my account back. And during the time while it was disabled, I was like, I'm just going to have to fucking start again. I don't want to, but I'll just start a new account just on the side and just hope and pray that it comes back. Then one day I just woke up and it had come back. So I was like, oh my God, thank God. And then a couple of days later, it happened again. And the hacker was like, don't try and get it back. I know how to disable it. Here's the proof. I actually never got the account back the second time. Like, it just never returned. It's just vanished. I can't even search it anymore. It's just gone.
Yeah.
So I ended up just having to start again. And it was so upsetting because I think I had around like maybe 25K. My entire livelihood was attached to that. Like, I had just bumped down from full-time to part-time at work.
Yeah.
I didn't have a YouTube account at the time, not an active one. I didn't have a proper TikTok account. I didn't have an email list. I didn't utilize my Facebook community at all. I had put all my eggs in this Instagram basket and it had vanished overnight, quite literally. And I had to start again. It was awful. And I'm so thankful, and we spoke about this in my podcast, but like the people that I know, the networking and, you know, the other influencers that were my friends and, you know, the business owners, everyone I knew shared my account to really, you know, get that momentum back. One of my videos went viral. It was the walking pad video.
Yep.
Do you remember the walking
I remember the walking pad video. I remember that when that went viral.
It got like 40 million followers. I got 35K in literally 2 nights.
Yeah.
It went back to normal. Like, I got my following back instantly. But on top of that, it almost like reset the slate for me.
Yeah.
I felt like my older account, I was going through different niches and different
Trying
seasons
to figure
of
out
life.
like who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was still so young as well. So I was going through the fashion and then the fitness and then the lifestyle, and there was a little bit of everything thrown in. And the ability to start again, I thought to myself, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to just try and fit into this box that I was once fitting into. I'm just going to be me and start afresh. And whoever wants to stick around can stick around. And if not, bye. I have literally nothing to lose. Like literally it's already gone. So beautiful lesson there. Don't put everything into one basket. But on top of that, like starting afresh was the best thing that ever happened to my brand. Not just my Instagram account, not just the followers, but the ability to start afresh with that authenticity. Being like, I have nothing else to lose. I'll just be myself, and whoever wants to stick around can.
That would have taken such a great mindset to not just be like, fuck it, I'm going back to my full-time marketing
I tell
job.
you what, I almost did.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that was years of work, years of content. Like, my wedding was documented on there, and, you know, the passing of my grandfather, and your Instagram specifically, your content in general, it's an album of things that have happened in your life. Do you know what I mean? And so there is that emotional attachment to it as well. But yeah, I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to go back to work. This is awful. Like, just, it's years of work just flushed down the toilet, basically.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? No, I have not come this far to just come this far. And it was fun as well. Like, again, you had to work on tightening that mindset where it's like, let's play a little game. This is a little experiment.
What do you think was the one, like, the biggest shift that allowed you to, like, to do that and have that mindset shift?
Do you know what? Around that time, that's when I got into journaling.
Yes. Okay.
And it was a lot of digesting what has happened, but also like getting clear on what it is I actually want.
Yeah.
I really value freedom. It's one of my values. My probably my biggest value in life is freedom, the ability to do what I want basically when I want and cater to the people that I love whenever I want to. And I knew that going down this road of being a business owner, being a creator, enabled that for me. So I think it was really unpacking and feeling the feels. Like, God, I was in a dark place. Like, it sounds awful because it was just over an Instagram account, but there was so much more. There was so many more layers to that. Yeah, I think it was really unpacking that and feeling the feels, but then also getting so crystal clear on where do I want to be?
Yeah.
And yeah, doubling down on that and just really dialing into that.
It's been so impressive to watch, I think, particularly because, like, you know, you see brands that get hacked, and I think there's some elements of, like, you know, becomes a pixel issue and an audience issue and et cetera. But I think, like, your resilience to just be like, no, I'm going to do it differently and actually, like, I'm going to do it better.
Yeah.
I think says a lot about who you are as a person, but also the fact that, like, I don't know that the old account would have grown at the rate that this account did.
Agreed.
Because you were forced to innovate and you were forced to do something differently.
And that's exactly what I did as well. I remember almost feeling this glimmer of inspiration where I'm like, let's just like flip it on its head and trial something new. And that's exactly what I did. Is I created a different version of content that I'd never done before, with a product I've never used before, in an editing style I'd never done before. It was almost this fun element where I was like, let's just fuck around.
Your editing is so good. When you did your God, I can't think of the series.
It was Future You series?
The Future You series. That went so viral, and the editing, it just like tickled a part of my brain. It was so nicely done.
And do you know what? That series was also a pivotal point in my career and even my journey as a creator, where I was like, I feel like I'm meshing and molding in with everyone else. My content is the same. And that exact piece of content, I was like, let's just fuck around and see what happens if I try something new.
Yeah. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that wasn't that specific series, and that point in my career was a huge pivotal moment.
Yeah. I felt that was an explosive moment because I could see like what that changed for you.
That was like 100,000 followers in 4 months. Just from that series.
You sit at kind of this intersection of, like, you are an entrepreneur and you are a founder, you're an e-com girl, but you are also a creator. How do you manage, I guess, what that ecosystem looks like for you? Like, how do you show, like, how do you show up in the different facets?
I still haven't nailed it. I still really feel like, and it may from forward facing look like I've got it together. I don't.
I think you're so authentic that, like, and as someone who, like, personally knows you, I think that you've done a really great job.
Thank you.
So
it feels clunky a lot of the time, and I've almost normalized that as like, that's just my journey and that's okay. I recently hired a staff member, my first ever staff member. Shout out to Zoe. In September, she changed my life. So it's now I've got this second brain, second set of eyes, second set of hands. We now have those systems in place. At the moment, what I'm doing is I actually focus on a different brand at different points of the week.
Yeah.
So Mondays is like admin. So that's overall life admin. Tuesdays is any leftover admin, but then mostly podcasting stuff. Wednesdays and Thursdays is content creation and recording days. So they're the days that I'll do my hair really nicely in the morning, my makeup really nicely in the morning. And then Fridays is like my little catch up loose ends day.
Okay.
That's how I'm currently structuring it.
Yeah.
But I'm always open because, you know, things happen. Like I'm here in Brisbane at what's the time? 5 p.m. on a Thursday.
And like we eat dinner early and we go to bed early. So guys, this is.
So tomorrow, when like Fridays are typically, you know, my wrap up days, I might just take the day. A lot of the time as well on Fridays, I book in all my appointments as well. It's like a little do whatever you want kind of day.
What, in terms of like the habit world, or because the thing is like you have a habit ecosystem. It's not just a habit tracker. You have many products, right? But a lot of the people who listen to my pod are either people who work in e-commerce or business founders or people who are creators and want to be creators. What are, whether it's habits or tools, have you implemented that have made the biggest change, knowing that you are also that person?
Like what products?
Yeah, whether products or even it's like if it's like this habit changed everything. And then,
I think for me, and this is something I really struggled with when I first quit my 9 to 5 to go out and do my own thing. Because when you do go out on your own, there is like no one over your shoulder telling you what to do. And there's so much you can do.
There's also no boundaries.
No, exactly. And there's so much you can do. There's so much you possibly could do. So I really struggled with knowing what to do, what to prioritize, because sometimes everything was at equal priority. Creating the content, but then also touching base with my accountant, but then also doing this, and like they all had somewhat similar priority. So time chunking and task batching was huge for me. So batching tasks together, and now I guess I do this now throughout my week by default, which is actually such a nice reflection. That's just
because I'm like you literally just
it's now by default, but I batch the similar tasks that require the same style of thinking or the same. So for example, my creative days are Wednesdays and Thursdays. They're the days that I do creative only. Mondays are admin tasks. And
setting yourself up.
Yeah, setting yourself up. You know, I'll do my editing in batches. And from there, once you've batched those tasks together, I like to assign a set of time to it, I suppose. So you know, I'll do an hour of admin in the morning, then I'll take a 15-minute break, make myself a coffee, put a load of washing on, go back in and do another hour and a half. So we actually have a notepad that supports that style of thinking, which is our Get It Done notepad duos. And then I also have a productivity timer. That changed everything. If you're still using your phone to track time for Nat, I'm looking at you. If you're still using your phone to track like your focus blocks, what are you doing?
Yeah, you just get distracted.
Yeah. When you turn on the alarm to turn it on, iMessage comes in, notification comes in, email comes in. I actually put my phone in a drawer now and I rely solely on that productivity timer cube. I don't want to set anything
I think that's
up.
also the thing that like nothing's actually that urgent. Like we act as though everything's urgent. Like very few things are that urgent.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. We're saving PDFs, not lives. Like I can upload that to Instagram later.
Yeah. So I actually put my phone away now, and like everything, because everything is now connected to the to the Mac. So I'm like, if you need to call me, it comes through to my Mac. If you urgently need to text me, it's coming through to my Mac.
Yeah. No,
like,
I love that.
Nothing is that important. Not in this job anyway.
Yeah. Because I like see how much you produce and like the high quality of your output. I actually love knowing that's how you set things up, because like I do think that you are somebody who I think is like the perfect intersection of aspirational but also like literally just like a nice everyday normal human being who is getting all your things done. Like guys, like I've gone and had dinner at Bec's house, and like, you know, her, you know, husband's cooking up things, and like it's very much like for someone who I think is such an aspirational person, like you are just so relatable. And I think the way that you teach, because you are teaching a lifestyle, I think makes me feel like, oh, I can actually improve myself by doing these things.
I appreciate that. And that's exactly why I post about what I post about and do what I do, because I'm just the average gal down the road. We can all go after what it is we want to. She's just a dog mom. I'm just a dog mommy.
Yeah. Oh, they're the cutest dogs.
Oh my God.
So you've created this incredible community through your channels and also the In Her Power pod. What in particular, like, can women expect from that community, because I think it's so like uplifting. But I want to hear more about that, because I think that you've created such a beautiful safe space for people.
Yeah. So we post a lot of educational content, which I'm, as a consumer, currently drawn towards. I love my tips and tricks and how-tos and tangible checklists and things like that. I think across all of the brands, Bec Stewart, In Her Power, as well as the Habit Tracker, we obviously not only offer that motivational content, but we give you the tangible steps as well, which I think a lot of the time as a consumer, I find is missing sometimes. And I'm really drawn to actionable homework, if you will. Inside our Facebook communities as well, there's always conversations happening and motivation and, you know, stories of what's happening in other women's lives and what habits we're tracking. And we're actually bringing a 2-week challenge, a completely free challenge to the Habit Tracker community.
Okay,
so yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's just a lot of like hands-on. We're not just telling you to be disciplined, be more disciplined, be more consistent, because it doesn't, it's not going to cut it. Like,
I think that's just like, that's such a fucking throwaway thing. Like, as somebody who, I am actually disciplined and I'm consistent, but I'm not doing myself any favors, right? Like, I think that I am smart, but I am always work harder, not always the work smarter. You know what I mean? Like, I bite off more than I can chew. Like, my brain isn't naturally wired that way. So I think that is something that's incredibly important, because I feel like a lot of the rhetoric on social media is like, you just got to fucking lock in. Like, I have been locked in since the day I was born, but I still have a long way to go.
But equally, like, look how far you've come. That's also your superpower, that you can manage all the things at once. Like I just said before we pressed record, Shan's fucking tabs giving me like so much anxiety. I can't even.
Yeah, and then she found out that there was more, because I have like multiple Google logins that all have the same.
I'm like, there's 3 windows open with at least 17 tabs.
Yeah. I think that this is probably where like and it's also sometimes my hesitancy with AI is like, I know that my secret sauce is in the chaos, right? Like, I know my creativity comes from this, like, whether it's unhinged or, you know, whatever that is, like, I believe things need to be process driven. And I think, like, you know, we've worked together and talked about, like, you know, process and metrics, and like everything needs to be quantifiable, but also like the magic happens in the chaos for me. But this is where, looking at everything that you do, I'm like, but I could apply, there's other places I can remove the chaos from. Nat is actually like shaking her head in the background as she's been raw dogged into my world. And I think it's like, luckily she loves it here. So it's a lovable chaos. Yeah, I think my lifestyle is something that like I'm learning that is not the same for everybody else. What's something that like if you know, before we kind of like start to wrap things up, what's something that like as a creator and as an entrepreneur you would tell yourself like 3 years ago? Like, what is that advice? Because we talked about, 4 years ago, because 2022 is when shit kind of hit the fan and we had to rebuild, right? What would you go back and tell yourself in that moment, whether it's advice or, you know, whatever?
I would tell her, stop being so fucking scared to be yourself, because when you start building something that is inauthentic, it is so much harder to undo that and start again. And on top of that, stop fucking caring how many people like you or don't like you.
Yeah.
Like and it's something I'm still unpacking and learning as I get older, but I'm like, I'm actually so okay if you don't enjoy my content. I'm so okay if you don't like me, because even if you stuck around and you were a secret follower, or, you know, you're not buying from me, you're not engaging from me, your presence is useless to me.
Yeah.
Don't stick around if you don't like me. So if they don't like you, that's so fine.
Yeah, well, you can't be for everybody. I think it's really hard to be, I think it's hard, especially as a woman, where like naturally you are softer and kinder. And I think like you're such a lovely, kind, big-hearted human being, to be able to be like, actually, I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. Like, it took me so long. I had to learn that last year. But for me, it was the shift of like, I actually don't have enough days in the week to love everybody that I love, and I don't need to make time for someone that doesn't matter.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And that's something I'm learning too. It's just like, life is so incredibly short. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Getting so caught up on the people that wouldn't blink twice at me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's also like even in managing, and I think we have this friendship to where like we will listen to each other's voice messages, get busy and forget. Yeah. And then we'll go back to it and it'll be like, nothing's ever happened. Love you. What do you need? How can I help you?
Yeah.
And I think like you have to be conscious of, I need to surround myself with people who have the same things because it's not about frequency. It's about intention. And it's about quality, and it's about having alignment online and offline and balancing those two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets it.
Before we wrap up, Bec, where can people find you? Like, how can they be so obsessed with you like I am obsessed with you?
Bec Stewart __ on Instagram, The Habit Tracker on Instagram, thehabittracker.com.au, and in her Power Pod.
Yeah, and we've got, when is the 2-week challenge coming up? When is that coming?
End of March, early April, TBC on dates.
Cool. All right, awesome. I'm so excited. This will be out most likely before then. Yay. So I feel like everybody can gear up to be a part of that because you're so inspiring. Oh, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Love you.
I appreciate you. Love you. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later next week. Bye.